Have you ever spent 20-30 minutes to shoot a focus stack and realize that your final image is kind of flat, inconsistent, and full of strange shadows? The problem is not your focusing, or it's not the quality of the lens issue. It is simply your lighting. Today I'm going to show you how to properly light your focused stacked macro images using a speedlight or a strobe. So your stacks look clean, consistent, and professional. So let's dive into it and fix that lighting problem. The question is, why using speedlights or strobes and not using ambient light? When we shoot macros at high magnification, the depth of field, or DOF, it's going to be very shallow. And that's why we take multiple pictures and we change the focus between frames. But the problem is each of these frames have to have identical lighting. If your light changes between the shots, then you're going to get flickering lighting, inconsistent shadows, texture shifts, and no software can fix this. Consistency is everything. If you like to know more about focus stacking, watch this video of mine right here. But why flash is better than ambient light? Why we don't use ambient light for focus stacking? And here's the reason why flash is superior to ambient light when it comes to focus stacking macro images. The first reason is consistency. Ambient light changes, but flash output is consistent. It's consistent in terms of power and color accuracy. Therefore, speedlight and strobe give you identical output frame after frame. Another advantage of using speedlights and strobes is motion control. At macro magnification, even a slight vibration can ruin alignment. Flash duration of 1/2000th of a second or higher can freeze movement even better than shutter speed. Using a flash and strobes allow you to have a lower ISO, give you a clean files, and lets you to choose a higher shutter speed. Most of the cameras have a flash sync speed of between 1/125th of a second and 1/250th of a second. Do not forget that for serious macro stacking, flash is not optional, it is essential. But should you use speedlights or strobes for your focus stacking? They both work beautifully, but they behave differently. Flashes are small, light, and perfect for placing them close to your subject, and most suitable for tabletop macros. On the other hand, strobes are more powerful and shorter recycling time, better for larger macro setups, and also it's got a better color consistency. If you're working indoor and in a controlled setup, use strobes, and if you're outdoor, use speedlights. Whether you are using speedlights or strobe, you have to diffuse the light. This is where most of the photographers go wrong. Shooting a bare flash at your subject is gonna cause harsh highlights, hard shadows, specular reflections, and shiny artifacts that are gonna ruin stacking. There are many ways to diffuse your light. You can use diffusers like this, or you can use very simple reflectors like this one. This is gonna cost something like $7 or $8 on Amazon. Or you can use something like this that you can just bend and shape it to diffuse the light. Or you can use a large softbox. Don't forget that larger the source of light, softer light you get. And if you put the softbox, the diffuser, or the bounce card closer to your subject, you can even get softer light. Another thing that you have to remember that is essential when it comes to macro photography and focus stacking is to take your flash off your camera. If you shoot straight from your camera, even if your light is diffused, you're not gonna get a beautiful result. Some cameras like Nikon and Canon have an built-in system that allows you to control up to 2 or 3 flashes. If your camera doesn't have a built-in feature to control off-camera flashes, you can simply use something like this cable. It simply attaches to your flash, and the other end sits on the hot shoe of your camera, and you can simply just fire the flash and light your subject from different angles. And when you're able to move your light away from the camera and put it at different angles, you are in control of the direction of the light. And that gives you the ability to control the shadows, control the texture. You can create natural shadows, and you are in total control of the lighting of your subject. Another way to shoot off-camera flash or OCF is using a trigger. This trigger fires your flash, and you have to have a receiver. Put this trigger on the hot shoe of your camera and control this light. On some triggers, you can even control the power. You can increase the power of the flash or decrease it without just going to the flash and make the adjustments. If you want to get deeper into the topic of OCF or off-camera flash, just go ahead and watch my video right here. Sometimes maybe you want to add another flash or another light to fill the shadows. If you don't have another flash, you can use a bounce card. You can use a piece of paper or a piece of white cardboard to reflect the light from your main flash or strobe and simply fill the shadows. Without any further ado, let me show you how to set up your camera for focus stacking, and also show you how to set your flash. To set your camera for focus shift, just go to menu, go to photo shooting menu, and go up instead of scrolling down, go to focus shift, and over here you can set the number of the shots. Let's say I'm gonna make 20 shots. Focus step width, I usually leave it around 2 or 3. Interval until next shot, this is usually at 0. That's a default setting. But in order to shoot multiple flashes for focus stacking, you have to change it to anything more than 0. 1 or 2 or 3. So there's going to be 1 or 2 seconds between each shots. And this is going to help you if your recycling time is not so fast, so your flash is going to be ready for the next shot. So I'm going to leave it at 1. First frame exposure lock on. And electronic shutter option off. Auto reset off. Options off. And you can assign a storage for these images. Now go to start and push OK to start shooting the images. Turn on the flash and use the mode button to switch the mode to manual. Push OK, and by turning this wheel, now you can adjust the output power of your flash. I'm going to set it at 1/16 of a second and push OK button. And this is all you have to do when you want to set your flash for focus stacking. Now let's take a couple of focus stack shots and take a look at them in Lightroom. Let's go to the menu and we're gonna set the number of the shots. I'm gonna set it to 20 shots. Go to start and then start shooting. So camera is gonna take a frame and right after that changes the focus and take another shot until all the shots are taken. Then I'm gonna take this to Lightroom and Photoshop, put them together, and I share the final image with you guys. Here's the final image, sharp with great depth of field and no diffraction. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I post a new video every week on Monday or Tuesday, and by subscribing you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. If you have any question, leave it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And as usual, you take good care of yourself and keep shooting. I'll see you soon. Cheers.